Imagine a typical Saturday night. The laughter, the camaraderie, until a sudden crash shatters the tranquility. That was my reality as a police officer responding to a drunk driving accident. As a police officer, I've had first-hand encounters with the devastation caused by drunk driving. I remember one particular night vividly. It was a Saturday, like any other, filled with joy and celebration until it was abruptly interrupted by the harsh sound of screeching tires and a thunderous crash. The scene was a nightmare come to life. The mangled metal, the shattered glass, the deafening silence that followed the chaos. The victims, young and vibrant just moments before, were now caught in the cruel grasp of tragedy, their futures uncertain. The families, their joy turned to dread, faced an agonizing wait for news about their loved ones. The weight of the situation was immense, the gravity of the consequences unbearable. That night, the dire consequences of drunk driving became all too real for me. Drunk driving is not an isolated incident. It's a pervasive issue with shocking statistics. Each year we see an unsettling number of accidents, fatalities, and injuries caused by impaired driving. The numbers may vary, but the story they tell remains the same: that drunk driving is a deadly epidemic. A particularly troubling trend emerges when we examine the times these accidents occur. The hours between midnight and 3 in the morning are a peak danger period, with a disproportionate number of drunk driving incidents occurring in this window. This is when bars and clubs are closing, and individuals under the influence are making the dangerous decision to get behind the wheel. These heartbreaking figures bring to light the serious consequences of driving while intoxicated. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent real people, real lives that have been tragically altered or cut short. It's a sobering reminder of why we must make responsible choices when alcohol is involved. Knowledge is our best defense. Recognizing a drunk driver can prevent a potential catastrophe. So, let's talk about the common signs that can tip you off. One of the most obvious signs is erratic swerving. A vehicle that can't stick to its lane or is weaving across the road might be under the control of an impaired driver. Delayed reactions are another telltale sign. If a car takes too long to start moving at a green light or stops abruptly, it could be a red flag. And then there are other noticeable behaviors: driving without headlights at night, tailgating, making unusually wide turns, and even driving on the wrong side of the road. If you notice any of these signs, please don't hesitate to report it to the police. Your call could save lives. It's our responsibility to keep our roads safe, and that begins with vigilance. The power to prevent drunk driving lies in our hands. Let's explore some practical safety measures. First and foremost, the simplest rule is not to drink and drive. If you know you'll be drinking, plan ahead. Delegate a designated driver from your group who will abstain from alcohol and ensure everyone gets home safely. If you're alone or everyone in your group is drinking, consider alternatives like taking a cab or using a ride-sharing app. These options are readily available and can be a lifesaver. Also, if you see a friend or loved one attempting to drive under the influence, it's your responsibility to prevent them. Even if it means taking away their keys, it's a small action that could potentially save their life and the lives of others. Remember, it's not just about you. Your actions can affect everyone around you. Our choices can save lives. Let's choose responsibly. While the reality of drunk driving is grim, there is hope for safer roads. Each one of us holds the key to change. By making responsible choices, by stepping up and preventing a friend from driving drunk, by choosing to be a designated driver, we can make a difference. It's a collective effort, and if we all do our part, we can transform these sobering statistics. Together, we can make our roads safer. Stay alert, make responsible choices, and let's put an end to drunk driving.